Okay, so welcome back, and if you've watched my last video, you'll realise that I nearly didn't make it to Zandvoort, but here we are. Here we are at Zandvoort, and we're going to welcome to another episode of a farmer's guide to a racing track. So as you can see, we're standing on the start-finish line of Zandvoort, and we're going to head up to the first corner. So this corner's got quite a camber on it, so it's going to help you sort of like turn the corner. But what's quite interesting is if we do manage to outbrake ourselves and don't think we're going to make the corner, there's an escape road at the tail. Look, it's only a short one, but I'm guessing it's better than trying to missing the corner and ending up in the gravel. So I don't think I'm going to be that quick, but the way the camber's working, I think it will help you trying to get into the corner. So I think when you got around the corner, you're going to be running around the edge here. But what's quite interesting is the pit exit comes all the way around here to exit on the exit of the first corner. So I mean, in our cars, we never, not really ever in the pits. So, but that's interesting nonetheless. So then we're coming out of this corner. We want to be over there, but look, we've got to be careful because then we've got another corner coming up fairly straight. So I don't know whether we don't want to go right out, but we need to run along the left-hand side of the next corner. I would imagine we'll be building speed quite fast here, but we'll find out tomorrow. So Gerald's on the escape road. So once you go, if you make a mistake in the first corner, you go all the way around and you enter the track back down there. So we'll try and remember that when we go up the escape road. Well, hopefully not. So we'll be running along here and then sweeping on the right hander. But I don't think we necessarily need to go in there terribly early, because I think we almost got to hug that corner to stay on the right hand side. We'll go and have a look. Yeah, so looking at this, we almost want to hug this curve round because we're coming onto the bank section now, and I don't think going down the bottom of the bank and coming back out will be the right thing to do. Not with our cars, because I don't think we've got enough power. So if we come too fast round here, we're going to be over there and we'll be on the wrong part of the track. I think we'll be scrabbling to get over to the right. So naturally, you'd like to think that we come down the bottom here, but I'm not quite sure that's the right thing to do, because then you've got to get back up the hill, and it does go tight. So it may well be better to run around the side here. If I've a mind tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll try both and see what suits the car better. The only problem you've got is if you are up here and you go wide, you're into the barrier, but we'll see. But that's quite steep here. So when you look from here, that's quite sharp there. So if you were running around here, if you were going to go down, you'd maybe go down from here and shallow it out, but not from down there, unless you had a double go at it. We'll have a look tomorrow on the in-car and see what I do. And it's quite important to keep the speed up now, because this is now quite a fast part of the section, and the sooner you can get up to top speed going over that brow, the better, I think. First time I came here was I was in a Formula Ford, and this actually was my favourite section because it's just you're flat to the floor, just trying to get the car turned in through here, and especially in our cars, we'll be just trying to accelerate as much as we can out that last corner to get as much speed up through here. And I think this is just going to be, it's just going to be mega. It's just going to be a lovely, fast, sweeping, flowing part of the track. Okay, so we're screaming through here, flat out if we can, just clipping this curb, and then the next one this year I'm going to take flat. I've always sort of like had a comfort lift before, but after the last couple of races where I've realised the car is faster than I think it is, and the tyres are stickier than I think they are, that one I'm going to try and take it without lifting. It might take a couple of goes to build up to it, and in my mind I also know that as it goes over the brow the car goes light, but we'll build up to it and see if we can take it flat. How hard can it be? We're going to be running up here flat out maybe, and there's a brow of the hill, so the car's going to go behind light. Then we'll be braking for a right-hander, but we're going to have a look at the corner and see where the camber, whether it's throwing you out or going to help you go around the corner, to see how fast we can get around there. If it stays like these, the tyres are going to be lovely and sticky. So where Gerald's standing there's a lot of rubber down, so I imagine that's where there's a lot of braking going on. Yeah, we don't want to be going that way. I mean, luckily the brakes on these cars are actually quite good, and we've got lots of tyres, so. And just a little bit of braking effort will put a bit of weight on the front, and so it'll pull you around. And it actually looks like there is a camber to the corner, which will help you, although the corner does drop away. It actually looks like, though, once you've got your speed under control with a camber, I think when you get down to the apex, you're going to be on the power quite quick. I think the corner will allow you to be back on the power. I'm guessing it's a gear drop down to third, but I don't know. It might be able to just coast it round in fourth and accelerate out in fourth, and then use the downhill bit of the gradient of the corner to actually help you accelerate. Don't know. We'll go and look at the exit of the corner. Yeah, so it actually looks like the corner opens up, so I think it probably will be a drop down into third, and power up and then back into fourth maybe. I don't think the car would stay in fourth, but having said that, the camber of the corner, the fact that it's then coming back up, it might just help you really. I think that's just going to be another one that we're just going to have to wait and see tomorrow and try a few things. Although I'm conscious that we've only got a 20-minute qualifying session, so there's only so many things I can try. So this next corner is one that people keep telling me that this is where you're losing time, because it looks from here like it's a sharp corner, and ultimately the track does come back on itself. But I think as we go down here, I think what happens, this first part opens up and then it comes back on itself. So I think the temptation is to slow the car for this first corner, where if we can carry a bit more speed, brake in a straight line, and then get the next one right. But we'll go and have a little look. It's definitely open out. So you hit the apex and then let the car run out and you run out on the outside. I think the temptation is to try and get the car over for an apex that's not there. And like I said, every time in the past, every occasion I've been here, I've spun just here. And I think it's because I'm trying to pull the car in when I don't need to. Yeah, so out of that last corner, what you're trying to do is trying to get into this corner in a position where you can take it. It's actually quite sharp. The corner keeps turning, it doesn't open up. And you can see from the tyre marks here, if you're in there, you're going to be slow out the corner. If you're out here, you're going to be able to take the corner better to get a better traction out going out. But it's a bit of a way up. Do you compromise that your speed coming out of that corner to get a good drive down here? I don't know. We'll have to see tomorrow. Ideally, you'd like to be over here, but I'll make a prediction now. I bet I don't get over here once. I bet I'm over there. Bet you any money. So on this corner here, you want to be, I think you want to be fairly as late apex as you can. But as soon as you hit the apex, you want to be on the power and a balanced power all the way around. And so you'll be running to the outside of the track. Because it's then a straight run down to the chicane then. And there is a slipstreaming opportunity down here. So this straight is not a straight, it's a gentle bend, but I still maintain you need a really good drive out of that last corner to keep your speed up going down here. Okay, so I got it wrong, it's not a straight, but it's a curving straight, but I think it's still quite fast. And this leads down to quite a tight chicane, but if you're brave, you might be able to outbrake someone into the chicane. But if I remember correctly, you need to be careful on the second part of the chicane because you could run wide and that compromises your drive onto the next part of the circuit. Here we arrive at the chicane, and you've got to really go in tight in this first part because then the second part of the chicane, although it's banked, you want to get on the power early because then that leads down to the last banked curve. So you just got to really be on it. So you just got to make sure you get this bit right. So what you want to be doing is this is quite a critical corner really, and I keep saying it, but you don't want to be over here waiting to get on the power. You want to be on the power down there and just accelerating all the way down here. But it's easier to say, a lot harder to do. And I've spent a lot of time, I say a lot of time, I've been here twice, but both times I spent a lot of time waiting to get on the power. And only to have someone that's got a better drive beat you to the next corner. So having got a good drive out of the last corner, you approach this one, and this year I'm going to try and carry more speed through here because I was braking coming down to third. I may well still need to come down into third, but I think I can carry more speed. It's a normal in and out, but as soon as you hit the apex, you should be able to get straight on the power because then you're onto the banking. Now, our cars I don't think are powerful enough to fully exploit the banking, but what it does mean, by carrying more speed out here, the banking is going to stop you from flying off at the exit of the corner. So the faster we go through here, the faster we're going to be over the start finish line. Here's the exit of the corner, and we should just be carrying on accelerating all the way around here and staying up high to hit the banking. But I think then we use the, well, we're going to have a look. So I think we use this part of the banking to keep us on the track, and then we slowly go down using the gradient to help us accelerate around the corner. We certainly won't be staying up here as long as the F1 guys do, because I don't think we've got that much power. But as it's going downhill, we might as well use that gradient to help us to increase speed to get along the straight. Maybe pick up a slipstream and pass cars on the straight. I know to tomorrow where I'm going to be, but our car's not exactly high powered, so but I've got to try and stay up as high as I can for as long as I can, and then use the gradient to fire me down the straight. Don't know. So then, having got about that last corner, you fire straight down there, down the start finish line, hopefully slipstream past a few cars and on to the next lap. So there we go, that's Zandvoort. That's a farmer's guide to Zandvoort. Don't take any notice of what I've said. It's just a few observations as I've walked around, and but I'm really looking forward to tomorrow to see how well we do. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a few comments, give me a like, and we'll see you all next time. And remember, how hard can it be?